Welcome to Bethel Online Education Hub. Learn anytime, anywhere. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Let's learn together, the Bethel way.
This is Lesson 7 of Media and Information Literacy entitled Legal, Ethical, and Societal Issues in Media and Information. Topic outline. With the growing online community in this new information age, people must know and understand their rights and responsibilities as media and information providers and consumers in order to become digital citizens. Let us start with intellectual property or IP. Intellectual property as referring to the creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs and symbols, names and images used in commerce. We have two classifications of intellectual property. First is industrial property, which includes patents, trademarks, industrial designs, and geographical indications and appellations of origin. Second classification is copyright. Copyright covers literary works such as novels, poems, and plays, films, music, artistic works, example like drawings, paintings, photographs, and sculptures, and architectural design. Types of intellectual property or sariling ari-arian ng gumawa. First, copyright. It is a legal term used to describe the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic works. Second, patent. It is an exclusive right granted for an invention. Third, trademark. It is a distinguished sign of goods or services of one enterprise from those of other enterprise. Other types of intellectual property: industrial design, an ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an item. Fifth, geographical indications and appellations of origins. These are signs used on products possessing qualities, a status, or characteristics that are essentially attributable to that location of origin. Another type is fair use. Fair use is a legal principle stating that one can use a copyrighted work without a license for the following purposes: commentary, criticism, reporting, research, and teaching. So, pag fair use, hindi mo na kailangan ng copyright para magamit siya. So, pwede mo siyang gamitin as long as magko-comment ka lang, i-criticize mo either negative or positive, gagawa ka ng report, research, o kaya ituturo mo siya. Here is an example of fair use versus public domain key differences. Criteria are definition, permission required, and then example. Sa definition, pag fair use, a legal doctrine allowing limited use of copyrighted material for specific purposes. So, magagamit mo siya pero limited. Habang sa public domain, ethical use for creative inspiration and original content creation, kagaya ng paggamit ng Facebook. Permission required. Under fair use, not required, but usage must meet specific criteria. While in public domain, substantial transformation resulting in a new and distinct creation. Examples of fair use: parody, commentary, and news reporting. While in public domain, examples are works with expired copyright, explicit dedication by the creator, or those not eligible for copyright. So, anyone pwedeng gumamit. Another topic is about netiquette. Netiquette or network etiquette is a set of rules for behaving properly online, according to Shea in the year 1997, as cited in e-learning guide on media and information literacy. Here are some core rules of netiquette. Rule number 1, remember that you are human, hindi tayo robot. Rule number 2, adhere to the same standards of behavior online that you follow in real life. So kung ano yung rules mo sa totoo mong buhay, gawin mo rin siya online. Rule number 3, know where you are in cyberspace. Huwag po tayong magkalat. Rule number 4, respect other people's time and bandwidth. Hindi porke online ka, nasa iyo na lahat ng oras sa mundo. Kailangan mo ding mag-rest. Rule number 5, make yourself look good. Hindi po lahat ng online may filter. Rule number 6, share expert knowledge. So kung mag-share kayo ng information, dapat nanggagaling lang siya sa totoo. Huwag kayong mag-share ng false information. Rule number 7, help keep flame wars under control. So, meron kasi tayong tinatawag dyan na nag-aaway kapag halimbawa nasa online, nasa Facebook, or nasa Messenger. Hindi kasi maganda yon. Rule number 8, respect other people's privacy. So, kapag ang profile ng ini-stalk mo ay nakalock, huwag mo nang kutkutin. Rule number 9, don't abuse your power. So, even na kahit gumagamit kayo ng internet or sa kahit anong network pa kayo nakakonect, always remember lahat may limitation. Rule number 10, be forgiving of other people's mistake. So, lahat po nagkakamali, hindi lahat perfect. Our next topic is about digital footprint. What is digital footprint? Digital footprint is any data record of the things you do online. Anything on the internet with your name creates a trail of data about you. This could be information in your personal website, any activity in social media, your browsing history, online subscription, and the likes. How about data privacy? Data privacy, not only virtual self and digital footprint are incorporated in etiquette. Respecting and managing data privacy is also a responsible behavior on the internet. The respect should be mutual between the media user and the producer. Data privacy, or the fundamental right of an individual to protect private information from disclosure to information and communication systems, is under Republic Act number 10173 or the Data Privacy Act of 2012. If precautionary measures are not observed in sharing personal information, your online security can be compromised. Parang before kasi hindi pa ina-allow na i-reproduce yung halimbawa nawala yung SIM card mo. Hindi pa siya ina-allow na i-reproduce as the same SIM card na gusto mong makuha. Pero ngayon, pwede na siya kasi meron ng data privacy. So kung ano yung naging SIM card number mo before, pwede mo siyang i-apply ulit sa same telecommunications company kung saan mo kinuha yung SIM card, either Globe, Smart, Tokentex, or TM man yan, pwede na nilang i-reproduce yung um, same number na meron mo before. Kung halimbawang nawala siya, na-lock siya, or na-block siya because of Data Privacy Act. One more example of Data Privacy Act is halimbawa, 'di ba, meron kayong sinasaynan na terms and condition. For example, nag-sign kayo ng contract, ilalagay niyo yung full name niyo, tapos yung signature ninyo, tapos magbibigay kayo ng copy ng ID niyo. So, ibig sabihin nun, nagpo-provide ka ng information sa ibang sources. So, pumapayag ka na gamitin nila yung mga personal details mo or personal information mo in whatever way that you allow them to do it. Next topic is digital divide. As part of being mannerly towards other online, it is also helpful to know that not everyone has the same access to high-speed internet, or even so, regular digital access or advanced digital knowledge. So we are called to be understanding, helpful, and polite to the digitally disadvantaged. So, for example, halimbawa, may mga places ngayon, or baka siguro sa lugar nyo, may free internet na habang sa ibang bahay naman, wala talaga silang source para magkaroon ng sarili nilang internet service. So, it much be better kung sakali matutulungan sila na mag-connect sa inyo if important naman yung gagawin. Halimbawa, for school or for work, that's fine. Pero kung halimbawang for hobbies lang or something na sa tingin nyo hindi important, it still depends on you if you want to help them na maging digitally advantage or magkaroon sila ng advantage sa paggamit ng digital sources like internet or Wi-Fi. Last on our topic is computer addiction and cyberbullying. Computer addiction and cyberbullying are not only local problems, but they are globally prevalent. If not addressed, these issues could distress one's health and relationship. So alam naman natin yan, especially sa mga parent dito na nanonood, mga estudyante namin na sabihin na natin may family na, tapos may mga batang maliliit, yung mga anak nyo, pamangkin nyo, or kapatid nyo. Nakaka-addict kasi talaga yung paggamit ng computer, especially kung tungkol sa computer games. Mas mabuti siguro kung bigyan nyo lang sila ng time, ample time, na pwede silang gumamit ng mga devices na to, kahit hindi computer, kahit cellphone. Hindi yung almost everyday na silang gumagamit. Give them other things na pwede nilang gawin. And also, cyberbullying, masyadong laganap yan ngayon. Halimbawa, paggamit ng mga pictures nila online ng hindi nila inaalaw o kaya pagkuha sa kanila ng mga video, pwede siyang magamit as part of cyberbullying. So, pinaka-importante pa rin is ang mag-ingat tayo. As part of the summary for legal, ethical, and societal issues in media and information, these issues remind us that media and information must be used legally, following the law, ethically guided by morals, and responsibly considering effects on society.